And remember, it's what you want at the soul level, which is at the emotional level. Not what your intellect is telling you want, but actually what you feel you want inside of yourself. Now, many of you have come up to me and said, oh, I want a loving relationship. And I ask, are you in a loving relationship? And you go, no. So you don't want one. Be honest about it. I don't. Come up to me instead and say, I don't want a loving relationship. How do I get a desire to have a loving relationship? That's more honest. Rather than coming up and saying to me, oh, I want a loving relationship, but you're not in one. Many of you come up to me and say, I want my soulmate. Go away. Like, no, you don't. Like, if your soulmate's not there right in front of you, then did you want her or him? No, you don't. Why wouldn't you? Because I have some very deep emotional reasons why I don't. Right? One of them might be, what happens if he's not what I want? Like, that's a big emotional reason, isn't it? But fear of what it is. What happens if he comes along, right, and he changes my life? Whoa, like, what happens if, like, I actually give him my heart? No, it's better to have control of your heart, right? Got control of your heart, you've got control of your life, you can control everything then. You don't need to give anybody your heart, right? So this, or it might be like, what happens if I'm open and vulnerable and he knows all of my secrets? Like you can see how there'd be lots of emotions at play with regard to why I'm rejecting my soulmate from my life. So we need to be very honest. And the way that we're honest is we go, all right, what I have right now is what I created. I created it because I truly desired it. The law of desire is always at work, and I created it because I truly desired it. What distorted desire would cause this creation? What unloving desire in me would cause this creation? And then when I start digging deeply, I can be honest about a lot of my desires. And wow, I don't want to be open and vulnerable to the opposite sex. Why would I want that? I don't want to be in a loving relationship where I feel like I'm being controlled. I don't want that. I don't want to have to give up my life for some fella. I'm sick of that. Let's be honest about the emotions that are really there, because they are the emotions that I'll need to step through and release, you see. So what I desire, I create. That is a very, very important principle, and I can't stress that enough to you. It gives you a lot of control, ironically, over your life in a soul-based, joyful way, in the sense that you can look at your creation and say, wow, I created that. Isn't this wonderful? I created that. Isn't this wonderful? I created this lack of abundance. I'm a pretty powerful creator. Right? I created this lack of abundance, and it's because of all these emotions that I have that I created this lack of abundance. You know, this emotion that if I had anything else, Daddy wouldn't love me anymore. And so forth, you know, whatever is going on. Or I created this no soulmate in my life. I'm a powerful creator. Hey, you've got to be pretty powerful to create no soulmate in your life. No, let me illustrate that for you. Remember I said to you that there's two halves of the soul. And I said to you in the soulmate discussion that the most powerful force that you are ever going to experience besides love between you and God is going to be the attraction between the two halves. I said that to you, didn't I? That's going to be far more powerful than any attraction to any child, any other relationship you ever have, any business partnership. This attraction is the most powerful attraction that God created. Now, if you're not with your soulmate, you're a very powerful creator in the opposite direction. Does that make sense to you? Like, that you're struggling with all your might to keep you apart. Because if you weren't struggling with all your might to keep you apart, you'd already be together. Can you see that? Because the law of attraction between soulmate halves, and I'm not joking, is the strongest possible force you can encounter. Right? So if that's the case, you can see that my desires must be very powerful to even keep the strongest possible law of attraction that God has created apart. That's how powerful your desires are. That's how powerful even your negative desires are, let alone your positive ones. Right? So that's a very interesting thing to think about.